This episode of Interactive Wrestling Radio is considered one of the best, but it's a little embarrassing that it's considered one of our best because it was completely based on smut. Rob Feinstein had been caught with his hand in the proverbial cookie jar with a young boy online, or who he thought was a young boy, and he got publicly shamed for doing so. No legal charges, just publicly shamed. Long story short, here's what happened. Rob ended up having to leave ROH, which is the company that he actually helped create, and we got on the phone with Gabe Sapolsky, as well as Missy Hyatt, to completely make sense of it all. Missy was more to make fun of it all, and Sapolsky was to make sense of it all. And it's a really fun edition. I said this then, and I'll say now. The fact was not that Rob was gay. We all knew that. It was that he was going after a small child. A 14 or 13-year-old. Sad. So, probably Vampiro's favorite edition of Interactive Wrestling Radios. He does not like Rob at all. Hope everybody enjoys this episode, and talk to you soon.
Interactive Wrestling. Welcome back to the Interactive Interview, the Rob Feinstein edition. We're here with Missy Hyatt. Missy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. You know what? Ever since I found out that Rob was chased by the police and caught for doing his naughty, you know what? I've been in a great mood.
Oh, excellent.
I mean, I haven't had a giggle like this in, I bet, like 10 years or something.
Well, before we got on the line, you started telling us a story about how you found out. Would you mind sharing that with us?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, see, I always accused him of being gay, and I would say it to his face and stuff, because one night, we did a shoot interview, and then after the fact, I saw him at a wrestling show, and then Tommy Dreamer kind of hooked us up, and I went back to his house, and I made him turn up the heat, because it was kind of cold in his pool, because he had a heated pool, and I remember saying, man, this is a nice house. I go, boy, you got this from ripping off wrestling, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I pay,
My dues.
Royalties to everyone. I was like, yeah, right, whatever. So then I proceeded just to see how far I could go with him, because before I got in the pool, he showed me a scrapbook that had pictures of him and me from autograph sessions from probably 1986 and up, when he was like 13, 12, 11. And I'm talking about autograph sessions and Polaroids that he got like when I walked out of the building that I don't even remember.
Huh.
And we're talking, there was at least 30 Polaroids in there.
Wow.
Of when he met me, and he had them all dated and stuff. And a couple I had signed that I guess he went to one of those, autograph sessions. But he all looked like a kid. Anyway, so I'd get in his pool, and so I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's loved me for a long time. I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to make him big stuff. So I get in his pool, I get naked. I am swimming in his pool naked. The lights are on, music's on, the pool's getting heated. I try to get him to come in the pool, and I don't want to come in the pool. So then when I decided to get up, I just got right up, and I go, can you give me a towel? Why not better just put the towel around me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, okay, well, where are we going to go sleep? He goes, oh, we can go upstairs, and he takes me upstairs, and I'm like, whose room's that? He goes, oh, that's my roommate over there, right?
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay. And so we get in his bed, and, we started kissing and stuff, and then, went a little further, and I'm like trying to find out why. Because usually, like Jim Kelly of the Bills, I just start kissing him, and he has an accident in his pants, So I'm wondering why this mark for me from for 10, 12, 15 years is limp.
Huh.
And he doesn't drink. He didn't do anything that night. He couldn't blame it on alcohol.
And he wasn't on any cough syrup?
Huh?
And he wasn't drinking any cough syrup?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing like that. And, I was going to blow him, but after the limp thing, I was thinking to myself, the way he acted, I was thinking he was probably gay. So I said, listen, you got to get a condom, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to get it hard, get a condom. Come on, I want you, baby. Come on, God, Rob. God, I mean, I was really working it up.
Mm-hmm.
So then he pulls out, the only condom he had in his drawer was some, like, gimmick condom that's black. And I guess it was, like, supposed to be an extra large. He kept trying to put it on when he got a semi-hard on,
Uh-huh.
and it kept falling off his penis. So basically, we ended up not having sex at all. I woke up the next day and he took me to the train station. So after that, you know, I told a couple of people the stories, and then me and Christy Miss. So then he started fooling around with Christy Miss, the porn star.
Right.
And that made me, I'm like, thank God I never screwed him, right?
Right.
Then she's the one that told me there was something weird that him and his roommate acted like a husband and wife the way they talked to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me the reason why they broke up is because Christy was into doing a lot of cocaine and stuff like that. So I don't know if they ever screwed around either. Or I don't know, maybe they did a three-way. Who knows? You know, Christy, I don't really ask about what she does, not on film, but in her personal life, because it's just about the same. So I kept calling him when he did that little gimmick with the wings.
Right.
You know, like the fairy gimmick. I was like, that is so perfect for you because you're gay. You know, and I'd call him gay boy all the time. And then he would call me up when you'd see my niece, Michelle, working at a show.
Uh-huh.
And you'd leave messages like, oh, I'm going to get your niece. She's so beautiful. I'm making out with her right now. And then it'd really make me upset because I'm thinking, Michelle, don't kiss a fag. You know?
Right.
I mean, not that you can get AIDS from kissing a fag, but you don't know if he just got done sucking somebody's private part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yes.
You know, and she doesn't want to get snowballed.
Uh-oh.
So, you know. I mean, hey, he goes in the bathroom, he finds a little 12-year-old wrestling fan. Who knows? I don't know. You know?
He offers some tapes?
What?
He offers some tapes in exchange for
Right,
sex?
for an exchange for tapes.
Right.
Let me, you know, let me have some, baby. Anyway, so they did that to me a couple times until I called him and threatened him. And then when I went on, like, I did a couple radio shows, and I just talked about the black condom and how he couldn't get it up.
Right.
So then he kept, I mean, we're talking, I only did that one time, and he went on at least 12 different internet shows saying how I was the best, how I was the worst sex he ever had in his life. First off, I was probably the only woman he ever came close to having sex with, and he probably doesn't even know what having sex with what a woman's like, even though he showed me a couple of pornos of him doing this one Chinese girl from behind. But she wasn't putting him over. She had her glasses on. She was just kind of like, So I think maybe that was a hooker. I don't know. And he showed me another tape of another girl, and while he's doing her from behind, he's in the camera doing thumbs up and a gimmick thing. I think that was like maybe if like the first girl he slept with, so he was like high-fiving himself, thinking that, I finally did it! I finally did it! But you know why they were doing it from behind? Because that's probably the way he likes it, you know? If you think about it.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you know, that's my story of Rob. So he went on all these radio shows saying how, you know, the best, I was the worst sex he ever had when he didn't even have sex with me. And I thought that was quite funny. So
When he read the transcript of our show and he ended up listening to it, he told us, we never actually had him on the show, but he emailed us saying, you know, what she said is a lie. It's all a lie. I mean, it was...
Yeah, that's what he's telling everybody. It's a total lie. It's a total... After when we were doing something, and me and Christy were doing something for Vixens, and we were talking about the black condom, and we both called him together and stuff. And he was like, dude, you guys stop it. Don't make fun of me, because that was a gimmick condom and everything. That was a gag condom. And so, because she was calling him after they stopped seeing each other, and he said, oh, because she likes the, you know, I call it the Montana diet. You know, Tony Montana?
Ah, yeah.
Montana diet, when you do a lot of blow. So... we would laugh at him, make jokes, and I, you know, told Michelle the story and stuff. And so I guess he didn't like. I mean, but I wasn't going on radio show. I only said it like kind of during a Vixen thing.
Right.
And he got so upset about that he went around telling everyone it wasn't true. And then he would start telling people that I was the worst sex. After it wasn't true, then I was the worst sex he ever had. So, I mean, he ranks down there. I mean, God, he doesn't even rank below Val Venus. At least Val Venus, you know, did it for 2 seconds. But him, even Jim Kelly had an orgasm.
Right.
I mean, it was just from kissing, but, I mean, still. I don't get it. I don't get it. But now I do get it.
You mean Jim?
Something I always known, especially when I saw him. And he would email me. He has a wall in his house with just all these wrestling belts on it. He's like a belt mark.
Uh-huh.
And, like, he would send me these cheesy pictures of him, and it looked like it should be on Blue Boy, you know, the gay magazine,
Uh-huh.
because the pictures look so gay. Then he started sending me pictures of his gimmick with the fairy wings on it.
Right. Right.
And I was just like, he's so gay. I mean, like, it didn't anyone figures it out, you know?
Well,
So that's all I know. And then when I found out that the FBI did this thing on him, and I'm like, God, they're friggin' 3 days late and $1 short on that one. I mean, he had a roommate that was, what, 17 years old?
something like that. Well, I can't
16
remember.
years old? Well, I know in some states it's legal because personally, you know, me, I do like younger men. So anytime I'm in a state, I do check the laws. Some laws it's 16, some 17, some 18. So you got to be careful.
Mm.
But I think in Pennsylvania, you know, having sex with a 16-year-old, and especially if it's a man, I think that's like called not sexual battery, but sexual deviancy.
Yeah, something like that. And
Yeah,
plus, you got to be careful.
and
Also,
I think it's called not child molestation, but it's called endangering a child. It
Right.
could be child molestation too.
what about like statutory rape, though? Is that something you would worry about?
Yeah, it's statutory rape too, but since it's man and man, you
Right.
know, and he lured the child, we shouldn't call them child, but they are under the age of consent, so it would be a, not a child, but what do you call them?
Minor?
Minor. You know, and it's something like having sex with a minor,
Mm-hmm.
you know, having, what's it called when you do it in the butt? Sodomy.
Ah.
You know, sodomy, and that in some states is against the law. So basically, if he sodomized, you know, an underage person, they could get him for all kinds of stuff. Then his name is on the registry
Mm-hmm.
as being a sexual deviant and a child or a minor, you know, and that he likes boys. And most people, when they find out in a neighborhood that you are a child molester,
Uh-huh.
they usually have you thrown out of the neighborhood. And if you don't register with the people, you know, with the state and the county that you are a convicted, you know, fanny pirate
Right.
on a child, sexual deviant, I don't know. We'll have to look all that up. That's something that you guys need to do some research in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if a fanny pirate goes after a young child or lives with, and we got to check out Pennsylvania, the age of consent and stuff. But supposedly the boy that he was going after was 14 years old. Now that I can tell you is a minor.
Right. I think the youngest that goes is
And
16.
he was propositioning the minor because some of the emails was, I want to F you really bad, and when I get a hold of you, ooh, it's going to be so good. So that is solicitation to have sex with a minor in sodomy. And that since it's male on male, then I think it's called deviant. So why don't you guys look that up for me?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All you got to do is, because when I was in pre-law, I know every state has their thing. You just, you know, go to the state of Pennsylvania,
Right.
and then you go to the bar, you know, the law page, and you can look up, type anything you want in there. You can say sex with a minor, male on male, sex with a minor, so stuff like that, and you can see all those statutes and what they're going to be probably charging him with.
Excellent, excellent. Before we let you go, I have a couple questions for you. I was looking on we're looking at Amazon.com, and there's a new Vixens. First,
It's nothing to do with me. They're being shut down.
I guess you won't be on there then?
If they do have me on it, they're going to get sued really bad because my ex-business partner stole over $500,000 from me and Tammy on the
Right.
Vixen site. He was selling the Vixens DVDs to High Spots videos, so anybody on High Spots, anybody don't buy from High Spots, it's stolen merchandise. And he was selling them on the side and having the checks made out to him to his home address when one of the first checks was made out to our company and
Right.
to our company address. So basically Sal, Sal Taliban Hamoya,
Uh-huh.
the guy down here in Tampa trying to run those full impact shows.
Right.
He, he's a sleazy dirtbag. But those new ones, any ones that they sell, like I already got them all off eBay. But if they're on Amazon now I get to call Amazon and have my attorney call Amazon. And
They are on Amazon. My friend just bought it, and he was asking me about it, and that's why I
He
decided
bought
to
it?
I said, I don't know if you should have.
Everyone don't buy that crap. It's
Okay.
unlicensed. It's illegal.
Mm.
It's like a Rob Feinstein friggin'. You taped it off the TV and you're selling it.
Right. And one other question is, what is the update on Missy Hyatt.tv?
Well, we had to do some stuff around because I wanted Francine more into it
Right.
instead of just Missy Hyatt and Friends.
Mm-hmm.
So they're changing the site this week. CC Bill's we have to send it over to CC Bill.
Mm-hmm.
$9.99 a month. Once CC Bill says it's okay, everything's uploaded. Pictures. We did our first photo shoot. We also had candid pictures. They're getting up, because since this is my project and
Right.
I don't have anybody to fight with about stuff. And I was the president of the other company too, but that didn't mean crap. But now, I'm the one that writes the checks and does everything. And basically, the people, they're working for me and they don't get their money, they're 15% unless they do what I say. So, it's been a slow start getting everything done. Because I want to change stuff, and now I really need Fran. We were even going to change the name to Missy Hyatt and Francine Exposed.com.
Right.
But it's kind of long. So I think we're going to, I don't know what we're going to do yet for the name, but it's still going to be, for now, MissyHyatt.tv. And once CC Bill okays it, everyone will be getting to go on there, get a free tour, check it out, because the tape that I did yesterday in Daytona for Bike Week, was the most awesome footage we got. We got over 60 minutes of it. And then ABC Television started following me and the camera.
Wow.
Because I stirred up so much commotion and people were wanting to take my pictures with me. And to be honest with you, they didn't even know that I was Missy Hyatt. And I forgot to hand out cards. They were just wanting pictures with me because, I was dressed and the way I looked, but not that I'm trying to put myself over, but I look better now than I did in 1985, And plus I was wearing short booty shorts and Chuck Zito T-shirt that had been all ripped up. So, who knows? But in my long, beautiful hair, my two big, beautiful blue eyes, they were wanting pictures. And I had never in my life had more pictures taken of me, even if I worked a friggin' sold-out Omni or Nassau Coliseum show.
Right.
Never in my life have I had more pictures taken of me and more people wanting a picture with me. So basically right now I'm still on the high from my ego from that.
Excellent.
And hey, that'll last at least, that'll give me that'll keep up my ego for at least a month.
Excellent. Well, when everything is up with MissyHyatt.tv, we'll, of course, promote it the best we can on the show. And
definitely promote it. Call me back. We can do another plug. You guys can ask me questions. And if you're really, really, really nice, we can either give away, like, a free pass for a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'll do something like that with you guys. You can do, like, a winner of a trivia thing. They get, free 30 days in MissyHyatt.tv.
Excellent. That's really a great prize, and everybody, we actually are going to start doing trivia contests starting soon, so maybe that can be one of the prizes.
There can be trivia, but the trivia has to be about me, of course.
Oh, okay.
Francine.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Trivia about me and Francine, and then if they get it right, they get like a 30-day free membership.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's all. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for more from the Interactive.
Hey, this is the Queen of Extreme, Francine, and you are listening to the Interactive Interview.
Enjoying what you're hearing? Be sure and check out WrestlingEpicenter.com on social media at Facebook.com/WrestlingEpicenter, on Twitter at James Epicenter, and of course, WrestlingEpicenter.com for 24-hour news updates, our interview archives, and all the other information you've come to expect from the Wrestling Epicenter.
The Interactive Interview. Finally, a wrestling audio show for the fans.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Interactive Interview. We're here today with Gabe. Gabe, how you doing?
I've seen better days.
Yeah, we've heard. Well, it seems you guys have something going on this weekend, so would you mind giving us a little rundown on what we can expect?
Well, we're real excited about this weekend. We have a huge day in Elizabeth, New Jersey at the Rexplex, which is right outside of New York City by the Newark Airport. We have 2 shows in one day. We also have an autograph signing with Roddy Piper, and a meet and greet with Roddy Piper, where it's a question and answer, and you can pretty much ask him any question that you want, and he will answer it for you. But in the afternoon, we have Do or Die 2. It's only $5. It's a lot of the great upcoming talent around the country. They're all coming in. They're all getting a chance to prove themselves. And at night, we have just an unbelievable show that's going to tear the house down.
Could you give us any card matches that you have scheduled already?
Yeah, on the night show we have the Scramble Cage 2, which is where we put platforms on top of the steel cage in the corners so guys can do crazy moves off of the top of them.
Yep.
And that's the Carnage Crew against Special K, and they've really been feuding since last April, so this is the blow-off to that feud. We have Samoa Joe against Jay Briscoe inside of a steel cage, which is a blow-off of a feud that's been happening, started at Tradition Continues, which was October 16th, so we're going to see the final chapter of that one. We have AJ Styles against CM Punk for our new Pure title, which is going to be huge. Colt Cabana and Ace Steel against the Prophecy, BJ Whitmer and Dan Moff, which is going to be a big grudge match. We got a 6-man mayhem match. Basically, the rules are 2 in the ring at a time. But when somebody leaves the ring, somebody else can just come in, no tags needed, and one fall wins it, so that provides like the most insane action you'll ever see. And we have a few other things going on, too.
Excellent.
Of course, is it this the event that Teddy Hart will be making his return to?
Yep, Teddy Hart is in the 6-man mayhem match, so it should be very interesting to see what he does.
Are you guys worried about the locker room reaction to Teddy?
Well, the locker room reaction wasn't good to Teddy, but they have since been distracted by other means. So the Teddy thing is really a big deal right now.
Okay.
I feel that maybe it's been overshadowed slightly by obviously the past week's events.
The Teddy heat is basically nothing compared to what's happened in the last week. But we're all trying our hardest to get through it, and we're not giving up the fight, and we know that we have a tough road ahead of us. But and we're not giving up. We've all put too much in this company right now to give up because of something that had nothing to do with Ring of Honor, and the individual involved is no longer with Ring of Honor anymore in any way, shape, or form, or our video for that matter.
Mm-hmm. Of course, the incident you're talking about is the Rob Feinstein NBC incident, but people can obviously find out a lot about that on the internet. But of everything that's been reported and such, what do you feel has been the overall? Are you pleased or disappointed? So should I say about the coverage and the progression and the how the media have basically handled the situation?
Well, I mean, it's just a terrible situation, and there's nothing pleasing or good that can come out of it. So we're just handling it the best that we can right now. Rob is no longer with either Ring of Honor or RF Video. We got the legal papers today. We're going to make them public this week, so people will see that he is indeed gone from both companies and not benefiting from either company or any way, shape, or form. And people just have to be assured that none of their money is going to him. and if they are, I believe that they'll come back and support us. But it's just a matter of people understanding that he is no longer associated or benefiting from either company anymore.
Are you still friends?
Well, obviously the friendship has been strained, so I don't know. I mean, I haven't talked to him in a few days, so I don't know.
How did you actually find out about the whole situation?
He called me Wednesday morning, about a half an hour before I was even supposed to wake up, and he just told me to come right into the office. He said he had something to tell me. I asked him what. He said, I can't discuss it over the phone, just come into the office. So I basically jumped out of bed, hopped in my car. I knew no one died because he would have told me that over the phone, and I knew it was really bad, and I knew nothing would ever be the same, and I got to the office, and he basically told me what happened.
What do you say to people that just, I mean, 'cause obviously you say you got the legal papers through, but what do you say to people that are still just calling Rob stepping down the smokescreen?
I want them to know what we have to do, I mean, I think the greatest proof, more than legal papers, more than anything else, is the fact that both companies still exist. If Rob was benefiting from either company, our locker room would walk out. All of our wrestlers would leave. Our office would leave. There would be no companies. No one is going to work for him or work to benefit him anymore. So as long as we're still here trying to make ROH successful, you know that Rob is not involved.
Has there been any concern from the wrestlers?
Just concern that, that they don't want him involved. This thing has hurt so many people in so many different ways. It's absolutely mind-blowing and astronomical, and it's impossible to realize how many people something like this has hurt, and how many different ways they have been hurt and angry and everything else until you experience something like this.
Obviously, Loki's come out on his website and obviously distanced himself from the promotion. I know that
Loki wasn't even booked on anything coming up, so I don't know why he did that.
Do you feel like just maybe trying to jump on the situation, given the maybe not fruitful relationship that is already standing between the two parties?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why Loki would do that, because he wasn't even booked on any other shows. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of the guys have come out, and Samoa Joe, Chris Daniels, CM Punk, Dan Moff, Loke. I mean, they've come right out and said we believe in this project. We've given a lot to Ring of Honor. We're not about to give up on it, but we don't want Rob involved at all. And if he is, we're not gonna be around. So it doesn't get any more final than that.
One thing that was brought up on a couple of message boards that I posted, that was basically that when Rob put his notice up about stepping down, he kind of worded it in a way sort of saying, these allegations are against me now, but I might be back, that sort of...
Yeah, well, I mean, the wording on our first two statements, I'll be the first to admit, was not good. We were just so shell-shocked and so... I mean, worn down and beat down, and I don't even know, there's no words to really describe how you're feeling in that situation. So we just did the best we could within, with our mind frame and everything to get those statements out. And looking back, they definitely were not the best worded statements.
Given, of course, that Rob is no longer, affiliated and associated with anything, what major changes that people will see along the lines? What sort of things will actually have to change? Like, will your role change?
I'm sure all of our roles are going to change. We're reorganizing the whole company right now, so that process doesn't happen overnight. The one thing, though, that people should not be concerned about is, number one, Rob had people in place running these businesses for him, so everyone's still in place running those businesses. It's just that, now Rob's not the boss anymore. So it's not like Rob filled a job that can't be replaced with either company. And the other thing, too, is that Rob actually has not been majority owner of Ring of Honor for a while now. In fact, most of the funding and all the funding has been coming from somewhere else for the past year or so. So it's not like ROH has just lost its financial backer either. So, removing him from the equation is something that, we'll be able to keep going with just some reorganization. But, obviously this is a public relations nightmare.
Do you think
that's where it's going to hurt us?
Do you feel losing Rob will at all be a detriment, though?
No.
No?
Final thing from me. What do you say to the fans that may perhaps not be, may boycott shows or boycott buying videos or something because of Rob's former involvement with the company and may have tainted their their views. What do you say to them about the future and stuff?
I mean, I understand their concerns completely. I understand they do not want any of their money going to him, and I can assure them we'll have the legal documents that it's not, that they are not supporting him when they support Ring of Honor, that when you support Ring of Honor, you're supporting the guys who are bumping in the ring and who have given a lot to this company and who love working here and who have made sacrifices to make this company successful. And that's who you're supporting when you're supporting ROH. You don't have to be worried about your money going to other places, because basically Ring of Honor has been a company that's been lucky to break even, and it's not a company that's raking in on the money, and we can't afford to take a hit on business, and if we do, there won't be any more Ring of Honor, and they can just be assured that Rob's not involved anymore or benefiting in any way. And the proof of that, besides the legal documents, is the fact that we're still all here trying to make Ring of Honor successful. And as long as we're here trying to make Ring of Honor successful, that's who you're supporting. And if you're supporting anyone else, we wouldn't be here right now.
Excellent, excellent. We really can't thank you enough for coming on the show and discussing this issue. I know it's something you probably have talked about a lot in the past, and you're probably getting a little tired of talking about it.
Well, I mean, I understand the importance. People want to know what's going on, and I understand the importance in staying very visible right now, so it was my pleasure, and thank you for giving me the forum to explain all this.
Oh, you're very welcome. Stay tuned for more from the Interactive